Hi folks, it's day 46 today. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit today about social anxiety. I've mentioned anxiety before, but that was kind of more of a generalized feeling of anxiety. So for me, I get generalized anxiety and I get social anxiety. So generalized anxiety is just where you have this overwhelming sense that something bad's going to happen to you any given moment, and it can be quite hard to shake. Um, Social anxiety is a bit different for me. So basically, I hate kind of having to interact in a social environment. So even just as soon as I set foot outside the flat, I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen, in all the kind of interactions that I'm going to have during the course of a day. So even like going to the shop or getting on a bus or needing to get a train or doing anything that involves interacting with other people, it kind of makes me really really anxious. And today is a prime example of that. I had to go and get a haircut today because that's how I spend my bank holiday Mondays. Exciting stuff. And I hate getting my hair cut, I really do, which is why I don't tend to get it done very often, because I get so stressed out about the thought of going to get a haircut. My hair just ends up getting really, really long. My beard, I got beard trim as well, so it's just a bit tidier. So yeah, it gets to the point where I start looking like a homeless, and Fran doesn't like that, and I mean, I don't like it either. But yeah, the thought of actually going to get a haircut, it just fills me with anxiety. It's really, because I think something like that, it's a very, I'd say intimate, but I don't mean like intimate as in, to me it is an intimate experience, because there's somebody, and for me normally, because I leave it for so long and my beard gets really bushy and my hair is all over the place, it takes a good hour to kind of tidy me up. So that's an hour where you're kind of like in close proximity with somebody who's kind of like touching you, and you know they may make conversation or they may not make conversation. Either way, I'm still kind of on edge. I find it really hard because I don't know whether to make conversation if they aren't making conversation. I feel like maybe I should be talking here. I don't know if I should or not. I don't want to, but maybe I should. Or sometimes you get like a chatty barber, so you end up having a conversation that I just don't want to have. I just want to kind of get in and out and get my hair cut done and finish the experience, because it's really awkward for me. It may sound really ridiculous and trivial, but it takes a lot for me to kind of build myself up to go and get a haircut. And yeah, it just kind of sums up my experience of social anxiety. It's really, it's a tough one. And I feel it now. I feel it like it was fine. The experience was fine. I got my hair cut. I got my beard trimmed. There was minimal conversation, which is perfect for me. Um, yeah, but it still kind of left me feeling like really on edge, and that's just ridiculous, because what's the worst that can happen? I might have to make small talk with someone for an hour. It's not, you know it's not difficult. It's what everyone has to do in these situations. But sometimes it's impossible for me to kind of to do that, and it's really frustrating, because in a lot of other ways I am very extroverted. So when I'm with like friends, I'm very kind of outgoing, and I'm always up for a laugh, and you know. But when it comes to situations where I don't know people, or I'm having to kind of speak to people. Phone calls is another one. Like, I never use the phone. It's been a big issue for me for most of my life. It's just the sound of a phone ringing just fills me with dread. It's like, and I don't really know why. It's kind of this. It's a really weird phobia that I've got. It's just bizarre. But I won't even speak to Fran on the phone unless it's an emergency. So I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's affected my work, where I've had to kind of had jobs where I have to speak on the phone. I've had to actually kind of, say, like, I can't do this because I've got this weird, anxiety issue with I can't speak on the phone to people. It really stresses me out. And I'm not sure, maybe it's just like, because a phone call, there's a certain element of the unknown in a phone call. It's like, you can know who's phoning you, but sometimes you don't know why. You don't know what's going to be on the other end of the phone. You don't know if it's going to be good news or bad news, or you don't know if it's going to be somebody asking you to do something or put yourself in a position to do. It's impossible for me. I can't do it, and it's something I've kind of battled with for the last 2-3 years, especially. I've brought it up in therapy, and I've brought it up in group therapy, and it turns out I'm not alone. There's quite a lot of people who have this phone phobia thing. And then you've got video calling. That's even worse. I don't know why. I can't do it. But in other ways, like I say, I'm quite extroverted. I can do like these video diaries. I've done stand-up comedy in front of 20, 30 strangers, and it just doesn't faze me. But then other social interactions where it's kind of one-on-one, it kind of, it really sets off my anxiety. And today, like I say, getting a haircut is just a prime example of social anxiety at its peak for me. I feel like I may need to take like a sedative at the moment. I just feel really kind of like my chest is tight. I'm all tensed up, and what should be like a generally quite relaxing experience, because I go to like a Turkish barber's in Brick Lane here in London, and they generally kind of like do a really good job. They're really thorough, and they give you like massage and face massage, and today I got waxed, all over the place, and places I didn't want to be waxed, like on my face, I mean, nowhere else. And they do like a really good job, and normally it should be quite relaxing to get your hair cut by someone who knows what they're doing. But for me, it's just, I just can't do it. I think what I really need is just a barber that I know kind of to talk to quite well. So maybe when we move out of London, I'll find a local barber and I can build up a relationship with them so they know me. So I can kind of just say, like, I'm really sorry, but I'm not really into talking during my haircut. I just want to get a haircut and be done. But at the moment, I'm really struggling to find like a barber that I can trust, because it is, I know it sounds weird, but it is a kind of intimate kind of situation. I think somebody cutting your hair and your beard. I mean, this is like really important to me, my beard at the moment. And you're trusting someone else with the way you look. And for people who have anxiety issues, that can be a big deal. So I just want to do a quick video about social anxiety and how it does differ from general anxiety, because I think they can be very, very different things. But I'm going to leave it there. I've had my haircut now. That should last me for at least 4 weeks. Hopefully, like I say, when we move, I'll be able to build up some kind of rapport with a local barber. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else kind of struggles with these kind of social anxiety issues. I'd be interested to know if anyone who's watching these videos, if the mobile phone or the phone thing if that's something that they struggle with as well, because I used to think it was just me. I used to think I was just like being really, really stupid, and it made me like, a bad person, and it was ridiculous. But I've come across quite a few people who have an issue with talking on phones, so I don't know, maybe it's a common problem. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I hope you guys have had a great bank holiday weekend. I'm going to go and get medicated and chill out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.